of those people who never had a art education, beyond the high school where I barely managed to get B minus because, I was a very good student overall. But I always wanted to draw. I was always drawn to, visual arts. And when the opportunity presents itself, of course, I jumped on it immediately, and I will never forget the first time I came here. I never seen a nude model before. I never draw a figure before, and I'm here, with my paper and pencils and charcoal, and I'm trying to, put something on paper. And at the break, everybody comes to me to look at what I have produced. And of course, I'm completely terrified. And there is a dead silence. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to kick me out right away. And then I hear Renato's voice, and he's saying just one word, Matisse. And everybody starts laughing, and I say, well, I would much rather be a Leonardo. But, if I'm a Matisse, I'm a Matisse. The kind of the core essence of this, little story is that what we often are not allowing ourselves is actually to be ourselves, to express what is there, to develop our own style, and not to be afraid to let it out and actually share it with the world. Because we're all conditioned by many, many different things, by our education, upbringing, social situation, and so forth. And what this group helped me personally to do is to be able comfortably to let it out in a non-judgmental way, and to ask my friends in this group to look at it, to give me some pointers, some tips, and feel good about this. So I think this whole creative process for me was important because it made me a more freer and liberated person. So thank you all for that.
And I definitely agree with Svetlana. No, it's fine. Thank you. I've been attending the group for 2 years now, and I think that is one of the way that I would describe it, freedom. I feel very free. I grew up in a family that was very prone to art, and there was always some expectation either about music or about something else, and I always felt very amateurish when I was around them. And so when I started coming here and realizing that that my art is a little bit naive, so be it. That my art is a little bit too colorful, so be it, or maybe very childlike. So this is the only place where I felt like I have the freedom to just do that, to express myself and to meditate at the same time that I'm painting. And I look forward to every Tuesday that I attend, because I become nothing but a hand and colors, and I forget about myself, I forget about the world, and that is something that I really appreciate from the group, and I really thank everyone who is part of the group, because they make me feel part of this community. Thank you.
But as you can see, in this group we have had all ages, all colors of skin, and it works. The more the merrier. Suen, can you wrap us up and tell us where we can go from here?
Suen, I was part of the original group, and I'm also kind of the wanderer. I started out doing some painting, but I had modeled before, so I became the model. And then as we started to kind of branch out and have other models, I started to draw from the model. But for me, I only like the faces and the penises. I couldn't get to the body part, so I decided that maybe I should do different things. So I went from that, and then I went to watercolors and flowers, and then I went into collages. So I'm the only pretty much non-model person here, and I do collages, and I've always just done teeny ones. And then we had our party, and I'm the historian. I'm the one who figured out that we've been here for 25 years. And so I did my first big collage, which is this of our party.
Oh, nice.
So that's kind of like maybe I can be an artist now. I've never thought of myself as an artist. But I'm also kind of the wanderer in the community. And a lot of us do things in the community, and we have shows in different places. But I have been doing kind of my own thing on the side, and actually Judy Byron happens to be here, And she brought me into the Corcoran School of Art mentorship program. And so with her, I was really the social worker who was the mentor overall to these young people, which was a wonderful experience. I was with them for 10 years. And then about, well, I'm going to say at this point, 7 years ago, I would go through these things where I couldn't do anything creatively. I ended up in my office, sitting, my office moved down to 601 Pennsylvania Avenue. I found myself sitting at a desk in front of a wall full of windows, and it was about this deep. And I sat there, and I kept thinking, all these little children just keep walking by. So I have, for 6 years, have been decorating my window for children. So that's kind of like my 601 Pennsylvania outreach. And what this means is I still really don't see myself as an artist, but what I see it as an expression of my creativity. And it can take a lot of routes. I mean, just in conversations, whatever. But the real essence of it is that every Tuesday, I have a group of friends, and I come, and this is where that creativity kind of bubbles out, and you have an identification. So I guess my word to all is you may not think you're an artist, but you are. So take our example, and if you have any desire to meet with people, we're more than happy to help you out, give guidance. And here we are every Tuesday. So thank you so much for coming, and really appreciate your being here and helping us celebrate. Thank you.